A mile and a 16th. Trainer Todd Pletcher saddling a pair, the two primary contenders there in Locked and Fierceness. Fierceness dispatched 6-5 on the morning line. We're going to take a look at Locked, his most recent win back on March 1st, the 70 to handicap. This was certainly a breakthrough moment for Eclipse Thoroughbred and partners.
Pouring it on, Express Train, a belated rally from Hit Show, but it's all about Locked and Jose Ortiz dominating the big cap, cruising home to an effortless 8-length romp. Express Train was second, Hit Show finished third, Midnight Mammoth was
Well, Matt, Jose Ortiz back in the irons aboard Locked. He knows this horse as well or better than anyone, and of course the stablemate Fierceness getting the services of Johnny V. Fierceness has not been seen since the Grade 1 Breeders' Cup Classic, but working forwardly coming off of that bullet at Palm Beach Downs. What's your take? How does this race set up? Does Locked have the upper hand with the recency?
I think so. I do. I prefer Locked, but I mean, they're both two sensational horses. And Fierceness, I mean, you know, every once in a while, I mean, you hear probably he ran too good to lose. It's become it's a cliche for a reason. It's said often, but boy, is it apt here. I mean, talk about a horse who ran his eyeballs out. Just battling through torrid splits in the Classic, not to take anything away from Sierra Leone. But, you know, Sierra Leone was kind of benefited from that, and the way Fierceness battled to the end to finish second. But it's a tough ask, you know. I mean, I don't think it means anything, really. People go, oh, he's only started at Churchill. It was the Derby. He didn't run well. I mean, if he loses, I don't think it's because he doesn't like Churchill Downs. I wouldn't hold that against him. But, yeah, he's running in a Locked at a bad time for your first start in half a year. I mean, the thing I like about Locked is a couple of things. First of all, the blinkers were added in his last start. And so, again, as somebody who's not a big believer in coincidence, you put blinkers on, and all of a sudden you get a horse that goes from good to great in terms of he's not a great horse yet. That was a great performance in the big cap. Bearing a horse like Express Train, who's, you know, won, I think over $1.5 million and has been a very good horse at Santa Anita throughout his career. And then we know Hit Show, who was third in that race for Brad Cox, went to Dubai and pulled the upset in the Dubai World Cup. So, and, you know, Aaron Wellman is one of the smarter guys in this game. I mean, you know, he's heads up Eclipse Thoroughbreds. He loved this horse as a 2-year-old. I remember he came to my wife's Breeders' Cup show, Future Stars Friday, and he was just glowing about Locked. And disappointing? I mean, I don't think so. I mean, he wins the Breeders' Futurity, and then he was favored in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and a little bit of a disappointing effort, although Fierceness was great. It was one of the better performances we've ever had in the Juvenile, really, that year. So he's been a lightly raced 4-year-old making the 9th start of his career. He's finally starting to reach that potential that someone like Aaron Wellman thought he had all along. And I think from a pace standpoint, too, Nick, it favors Locked. Hall of Fame is going to be somewhat involved early on. Fierceness, you would think, is going to be involved early on, fresh off the layoff. That's what Most Wanted wants to do for Brad Cox. That's what this is Oscar wants to do, who's 30 to 1, who's going to be 70 to 1 in this race. I think, you know, Locked is going to be last, or probably second to last early on, behind the 1, Daytona. And that's going to be a good place for Jose Ortiz to be. Would I be surprised if Fierceness won? No. I prefer Locked, and the price will be slightly better.